See. Okay. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Casual Conversations with the Homies on the GRT Sports Network. It's NFL Draft. It's our draft show. We're gonna do our first round mock draft. Um, it should be exciting. A lot of things going a lot of places. We got Tito on the show, and we got this polar opposite guru on the show. Welcome back, everybody. Tito, what's up? How you doing?
What up, man? I'm good, man. I'm good. Feeling a little sore from my bike ride yesterday, but hopefully it don't rain too much, man. I'm thinking I might go out for a quick little ride later on today.
Yeah. I was supposed to go. I'm actually, I was gonna go for a ride today, but my Xbox cord broke. I've been playing MLB The Show because it's the first time it's available on Xbox. So now I gotta go get a new power cord. So I might just go back to the mall. What about you, Guru? What's up with you?
Oh, everything's been good. Just been checking out some chocolate factories in the Bay Area, visiting
you
different
talking about
places.
R. Kelly Chocolate Factory? Nah. Willy Wonka. I seen you was with Urkel yesterday. Was that Urkel or was I tripping? Steve Urkel?
No, yes, that was Steve Urkel. That was Jaleel White. I went. He did a promotion in Sacramento. So I happen to know someone who works there, and they got me in and got to meet him. He was promoting his Purple Urkel for those who are, smoke cannabis. He went through the Bay Area, and so it was nice to see him. I've always been a fan. My little brother, who's 35, was a huge Steve Urkel fan. So I kind of did it for him more than anything.
Man, you're bringing it back. It sounds like Stephon Urkel was there, man.
Yes, and what I got was Stephon. Yeah, what I didn't get the Purple Urkel. I got the Stephon. So
wait, he really got two strains called Purple Urkel and Stephon. He a fool.
But he's a star. You know what I mean? To me, he's a huge celebrity. So it was, nice to see him in person. It was kind of surreal. And I got to talk to him for a good while, and his personality is really down to earth. Didn't act like he was this super celebrity. He just act like, he was one of you. So that was a real treat for me.
All right, cool. Before we get the draft show started, let's go through the MLB and the NBA in like 1 minute. MLB baseball started. The A's are 13 straight. I don't know. I'm not gonna say we called it, but we said the A's start off slow every single time, and they just go on a tear. It happens every year. Tatis Jr. is back, and he had a double. He had some whammies yesterday, and they're mad at him once again. But
yeah, I don't know who's mad, man. I mean, I'm obviously the show's resident Dodger fan, right? Like, I'm not mad. Like, we've been talking about this. Like, celebrate. Bring that part of the game. Actually, Bauer, it was hella funny because Bauer was saying like, he's not mad. He was like, hey, I'm not going to throw at him. Like, we want to move forward in that direction.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, let him do what he does. I mean, I'm okay with home runs if they're solo home runs, man. I mean, dude, Dodgers still won the game, so I'm happy.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like, it's not the old pastime where people are like, bravo. I mean, there's some flair to the game now. We have a large Latin American baseball population, and the way they play the game in their country, I love the flavor that they bring. They bring excitement, and I think there's people who resent that, but I think it only adds to the game. And I'm the hugest Tatis Jr. fan there is.
He's the hugest, everybody. The hugest. What else is going on? Yeah, baseball kicking off, man. I think we'll talk more and more baseball as the season goes on. Like we've been adding in every single week. I've been watching more games, so just to add to the repertoire of the show. All right, NBA. Quick thing: Steve Curry, did he turn it around, or is it Steph Curry? Who are we giving this revitalized Warriors effort to?
Say that again.
Who are we giving this Warriors effort? I mean, the Warriors.
Curry, man.
Curry
falling outside of his mind, man. But then again, I mean, he is who he is, right? So it's just like he's definitely has to give this effort every single game. in order to keep it going. But Curry, man, Curry's on a tear.
Yes, he's on a tear. You saying MVP of the league or
who do you
for
give
his team?
for the team?
Nah, just a little turnaround. You know, Golden State's playing okay now. I'm not gonna say they're playing the best, but
I'll give it to him because this is what was expected of him. You know, as being, you know, you're a star player, you're a 2-time MVP, and that's what people expect from you. So naturally, he would be the MVP of the Warriors. I always also feel that when you're great like that, you got to get in the playoffs. You cannot miss the playoffs. All right.
So
we'll
is
see
this
what
play-in
happens.
tournament unfair then? Because they're gonna have like the 8-7 seed, and then they have to play in
It's going to be fair to him. He just didn't get his team over the hump. That's
okay. All right. So let's get right into it. The NFL draft is here. Let me put in my randomizer who picks first. 1 second. I forgot to get that going. Since, you know, I mean, I say who picks second, but, you know, who says their picks first? Well, anybody wants to go first?
Tito? Y'all want me? It doesn't matter.
Hold on. Guru. Yeah. I'll just put it in the randomizer. Me. All right, Guru, you're first. Just like how it always is. Guru's first, Tito second. I came out last.
Okay. So what are we going to do? Just cover the first?
Nah, just do like the first round. The first, yeah.
Okay.
So let's
do first round. What is it? Just first pick. Everybody goes, right? So it's like first pick, Guru, me, you. Second pick, Guru, me.
Yeah,
you.
I think. Let me
get my notes out too, so I can track this like how I did last year. Sorry, everybody, for the not being prepared, but it's all right. It's okay.
We know Guru's prepared. This is what Guru lives for, man. I'm excited, man. As a fan of the show myself, I'm excited for Guru's wilding out picks here. You know, little rumor mill has told me Dallas is trading for the number 1 pick. I'm just saying.
Well, unless it's a cornerback, we shouldn't be. But so for the number 1 pick, obviously we already have Lawrence. He's consistent number 1 pick. I don't think anybody has to, you know, guess with that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys.
Yeah, I got Lawrence here too. I mean, no funny business. I mean, it sucks that they're gonna let the whole 10 minutes go down. But yeah, man, Trevor Lawrence.
Yep, Trevor Lawrence for me. Number 1.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, the New York Jets. I have Trey Lance.
But who do you pick who's
going to be there?
Yeah, who's going
to
pick them? Come on, Guru.
Who's going to pick them? The Jets. The Jets going to take this kid,
Trey Lance.
Zach Wilson.
Oh, they're going to take Zach Wilson. Okay, all right.
They want to take that.
Okay. Like Guru, we know what it is, man. They're gonna. He's already fielding.
Worst kept secret out there, man. Worst kept secret out there. Wilson's going number 2.
Yeah, he's already getting calls. He's already calling former New York quarterbacks to get his mental game up. I think that shows that he's not ready for the New York spotlight. But that's another thing, another conversation.
If you're calling old Jets quarterbacks, you're probably not going to fare very well in New York to begin with, because they didn't. So number 3, the 3rd pick, San Francisco 49ers. I have them taking Trey Lance.
Okay, there we go. This is where the draft board is gonna split at with all these picks.
Yep. This is definitely where it gets a little bit different. I'll tell you, I was torn on this one. I mean, everything that we're hearing is saying Mack Jones. Everything is saying Mack Jones, Mack Jones, Mack Jones. Obviously, they're doing their due diligence for giving up everything that they gave up. I think it's somebody that Shanahan absolutely loves, and I don't think it's going to be a project here. GRT, go for broke. I'm going Mack Jones, man. I can see Trey Lance going here. I can want to sit somebody back and they trust Garoppolo for one more year. I can see Trey Lance here, but Mack Jones. Mack Jones is going to be the number 3 pick, and everybody's going to be mad. But I see why they're going with that.
The biggest piece of pick of the draft right here, I'm calling it right now. It makes no sense, but they're going to go Mack Jones. I don't know why they're doing it. I have Mack Jones going off my board. That's all the reports we're hearing.
Yep.
Kyle Shanahan is going to be who he is, man, and this is who he is, the type of player he picks. He literally makes – I don't know. You better off keeping Jimmy G. But, Mack Jones, for the guy who's who dresses up in, like, special paint on Halloweens, has a history of DUIs. It's crazy. He's going as high. But Mack Jones is the one. He went to Alabama. But just, I almost went Trey Lance right here, or Justin Fields, but I'm going to go for Mack Jones for right now. I really think Mack Jones, if he did slid here, go to the Patriots, with, the Nick Saban, Belichick relationship might bleed in there, but I think Mack Jones would be off the board. All right, number 4, and that's the Falcons. Almost had the Hawks.
Okay, so with the Falcons, they really need a quarterback. I just can't see, Matty Ice getting them in the playoffs. I mean, he hasn't been in the playoffs the last 5 years or 4 years, and he has weapons around him. I say they go for a quarterback. I say they take Trey Lance with the number 4
No, you
pick.
picked Trey Lance for number 3.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you picked Mack Jones.
Oh, no. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Justin Fields.
Okay.
Justin Fields, number 4.
I wanted to say, I'm like, you just picked. All right, Tito.
Yeah. For once, I agree with Guru. I don't agree with the pick. Just because I think Trey Lance goes here. I would want them to go quarterback. If they're really, really smart, they gotta start thinking about the future when it comes to it. All reports, though, doing the show due diligence, our reports are saying they might go Pitts here, tight end / receiver, whatever you want to call him, from Florida. They're saying he's kind of the top offensive weapon, the first guy to kind of come off the board. All reports are indicating Pitts. I'm gonna go quarterback here. I think they go with Trey Lance. I think he has. If they want to trust, they gave what's his name, Matt Ryan, 2-year contract. They still have that. If they want to put that trust, you go with Lance to sit for a little bit and develop. But I have Lance going here.
Wow! Oh, another shocker, man. I guess I'm going with the boring draft right now. I'm going Kyle Pitts right here. I think they should go. I think they should go Justin Fields here, but I don't know. I think they might give Matt Liner's going to get his last chance. And I don't hold off hope. I think at some point in like Cam Newton's career, he's going to end up in Atlanta. So I'm still hoping that happens. But I got Kyle Pitts going here. So number 5, go ahead, Guru. Cincinnati.
Team Cincinnati, number 5. I'm going to go wide receiver, even though I'm kind of iffy on that because they do have good receiving core. I think they got a good young receiving core. I'm gonna go Penei Sewell because you need someone to protect their young quarterback, and I feel like someone. He's a perfect person. He's right there for the taking.
Tito.
Yep, Guru stole my words, stole my pick, man. All indications are saying, right, you want to give Burrow weapons, and they did lose AJ Green. I mean, his word, he wasn't staying healthy with them, and they could go receiver. Obviously Burrow's boy is there, right? He didn't play last year, but Chase is sitting there, and that might be the prime pick. You got to protect the quarterback. You have to start there if you're gonna do anything. You got to go offensive tackle. Best offensive tackle in the draft right now is the kid out of Oregon, Sewell.
Yeah, I got Penei Sewell going here as well. I don't think my top 8 picks are exciting. So yeah, I got Penei Sewell going here. Number 6, Guru.
Okay, team.
Dolphins.
Dolphins, right here. The Dolphins, I believe, go with Jamar. I just believe you can't pass on. You have the quarterback you want. All of my quarterbacks are off the board. So, I say right here that you go with Jamar Chase because he's not just your average top flight receiver. He is like ready to go now. And that's what Miami needs.
All right. Tito.
This is where I got Pitts going. Florida boy. I think Pitts goes off here. I can see them addressing tackle, protect that quarterback. But if anything, don't be surprised if they trade. I know that they wanted to get back into that 6th spot, but I'll say Pitts.
Yeah, I almost went trade right here, but I didn't. So I went with Jamar Chase. I'm like, all right, Tua, he needs a receiver. Miami's not that bad of a team. They just need to get it together on offense, and they can win some games. So I think Jamar Chase should help this team out with the 6th pick. Number 7. All right, here we go. Detroit Lions. I can go first if y'all want to just keep switching it up.
Yeah, you switch it up.
All right. So Detroit, I kind of almost went quarterback here, but I'm still an okay Jared Goff fan. I don't think he's like the top quarterback in the NFL, but he is a good quarterback, and he has, he can win you some games. So I'm going receiver right here. The receiver out of Alabama, Jaylen. Jaylen Waddle. Jaylen Waddle right here for me.
All right. I see them going tackle. Second best guy here is going to be Rashad Slater out of Northwestern. You got to protect that asset. If they think Goff is the guy, they're rebuilding. Receiver could be it, though. So I see them going tackle. On my board, Chase is still there. I can see Chase going here, too. But I'm going to go tackle.
I'm going with my man Devontae Smith. Indoor on that turf, I believe they see him as a game changer. Another like Deshaun Jackson type player. He'll be fast on that field. That's who I'm going with. Alabama receiver Devontae Smith.
Okay, with the 8th pick of the draft, we have the Carolina Panthers. So Carolina Panthers for me, man, they're just a dumb team. So they're not making no right decisions. But they're not gonna go. I don't think they're gonna go quarterback right here at this pick. But I think they feel like they have all the pieces they need. So I think they're gonna take the best available offensive tackle on the board. On my board is still Rashawn Slater. Is still in there, so I'm going with him at number 8. What team? Panthers.
Oh, I can go. I can go. It's Panthers.
Okay.
Chase is still on my board. I'm going receiver here. They lost Samuel. I agree with you, Ramir. Best available. I don't think they go quarterback. Even though I would love on my board, Fields is still there. I would love to see Fields in that Panther uniform. But I say Chase. They're going Chase on my board.
Okay.
I have Jaylen Waddle going with this pick right here. I think the value's too good. Carolina needs another receiver on the other side of Robbie Anderson. And they have an inept quarterback who could use a good receiver to help him get along. So that's what I'm going with, Jaylen Waddle.
Okay, number 9.
Alabama.
Okay, number 9, the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos got a few needs. To me, they have a need at quarterback. I don't know why people are not talking about the Denver Broncos. Well, I guess they are.
Yep.
So I'm going. This is where Justin Fields is going off on my board. He's leaving right here. I hate the fact that he's going to the Broncos because he's in the AFC West alongside my Las Vegas Raiders. And I think, typically in the draft, it shows us that the guys that goes in these spots, 9 through like 13, those are the real terrorizers of the league. So I got Justin Fields going number 9.
Agree. No argument here. I believe. I agree with you in that there is a need for quarterback, and Fields is still on my board, so Fields is going here. Denver.
I think Denver needs protection. I think the quarterback that they have, he has an arm, but I think that his throws are hurried. So I go Rashawn Slater, offensive tackle out of Northwestern. They need offensive linemen big time.
Guru, you're bored. It's that's a good pick if he was available. I can see that happening. But I think he might be gone.
Well, none of y'all have him off the board.
No,
so he's got.
No, he's gone. He's
who's Slater?
Slater's
gone.
He went 7.
He went to Detroit for me.
Yeah, and he went to who picks the 8th pick? Dang it! How did I just forget that fast? The Panthers. Yeah, he just went to the Panthers for me. So that makes sense.
Okay.
So number 10, we have the Cowboys. To me, if he makes it here, this is the easiest pick of the draft right here. And it's so easy that I feel like they might not even make it. They might just do something stupid.
They're going receiver, right? Right? They know their
they
receiver,
might.
right?
But I'm going Patrick Surtain, the second. The best cornerback in the draft. Something that the Cowboys need, and I think he'll be an animal once he gets on the field. Go ahead, Tito.
Yep, Patrick Surtain right here, man. Alabama. I think this is the easiest pick of the draft, other than the number 1 pick. Everybody knows that the need's there, unless something crazy happens. But I think that's where they go.
I'm going to go Joe Horn Jr. I think it's just a no-brainer. I mean, he's the top cornerback in the draft. Reason being, he played at South Carolina, which, plays pretty much in the same conference. Didn't have nearly the team that Patrick Surtain had, and was able to ball hawk all the top players in the SEC. So I'm going to go with Joe Horn Jr. That's who I feel we should pick. And that's who I'm going with. I'm hopeful.
Oh, look at Guru doing his homework, man. Look at Guru. I like it.
He said JC out of South Carolina.
JC Horn. Gotcha. JC Horn. Yep.
Yeah, JC Horn Jr.
It's not a surprise. I'm gonna jump ahead right here with number 11 pick, New York Giants. That's who I have. Going. I have JC Horn going number 11. So I think you're in the range, man. I think you're right. Looking at his film, he's a big boy. He can take care of his own. And yeah, man, cornerbacks, NFC East, it's going to be funny.
Yeah, with the Giants, I got J.C. Horn going 11.
Yep.
So, yeah, Guru, go. All right, Guru, who do you got the Giants taking now that J.C. is off your board?
Giants, they need help in the secondary.
So you got Patrick going here.
Patrick Surtain, yes, that's his spot.
Okay, I can see this happening. I could go either way with this, but that's why I wasn't too surprised, but I was like, oh, okay. I thought we were gonna, All right. So, Guru, Tito, you go first. Number 12 is the Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles. All right, this one I was a little torn, man, because I don't know what the hell they want to do, what direction they want to go in. The only thing I can think of that just going off of gut is receivers. Is you got to get Jalen Hurts some help. There might be a trade here though. Maybe somebody wants to move up for one of the big boy receivers. But on my board, I say Waddle. Waddle comes here, going to the Eagles.
Jaylen Waddle. Okay, Guru. I can go first if you want me to.
Yeah, go. Yes.
All right.
Please.
So with the number 12 pick, I felt the same way you felt, Tito. The Eagles. I don't know what they're gonna do right now. They're kind of like a crazy franchise right now, and they can go a number of which ways. So I do think they initiate the trade, and I think the trade is going to go to the Chicago Bears, and I think the Chicago Bears are going to get Trey Lance.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep. If he's still there, that's a move to make. I like that.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Look, the Eagles secondary, they can't cover anybody. I'm gonna go Christian Darrisaw, Virginia Tech. 6'3", 246, runs a 4.4 40, and maybe he can show up their secondary a little bit. I have them going with a cornerback.
Okay, Guru. I'm surprised that you went there.
Just going based on what I think they need.
Okay. All right. So I got Christian Darrisaw going 13th to the Chargers next on my board. Darrisaw is off the board because I think the Chargers, they're just looking up to protect what's their quarterback's name? Herbert. So yeah.
Yep. I got, yeah. I mean, if we talking about Chargers, 13 pick, Darrisaw as well. That's who I got.
So,
13 pick. Is that where we at the Chargers?
Yeah. We're at the Chargers right now.
Yeah, I'm going with inside linebacker, Jeremiah Kamara, Notre Dame, because that's where they need their front is established. They need someone who can plug that hole. I don't believe that what's his name? Darn it, and is returning next year for them. Yeah, I know he's not under contract, so I'm gonna go linebacker right here out of Notre Dame.
So Jeremiah
Owusu.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. With the 14th pick, the Vikings, man, I feel like the Vikings, they missed out on the quarterbacks that they need, so they're gonna go Tevin Jenkins, offensive tackle, Oklahoma State.
Okay. I got them going on the defensive front. They love their edge rushers, man. So I got Jalen Phillips out of Miami going to the Vikings.
Okay. All right.
I got Barrett Tucker out of USC. They need protection up front. He can play guard or tackle, and they're solid everywhere else. They got a great running back, and they claim that they have a good quarterback. They paid him like one. So that front line needs to be shored up. So that's what I'm going with.
How do you say his first name? Elijah.
Huh. It just spelled different.
Yeah, I got a cousin name spelled like that, and her name is Elijah, so I assumed it was different. All right. So, 15th pick. Who wants to go first? The Patriots.
Patriots. I'll go first. I have the Patriots selecting Mack Jones. I don't know why, but I'm going to go Mack Jones right here with the 15th pick.
See, Guru, I said the same thing. If Mack Jones slides, I think he is going to the Patriots as well. Tito.
I don't know why, but it's just my gut. My gut is telling me receiver. This goes about everything that Belichick stands for. But I say Heisman Trophy winner going here. Smith.
Devontae Smith?
Yeah, he's still on everybody's board. Yep. He was only off on yours. He's still on mine too. So I have I don't know. To me, their defense kind of was like a lot of holes, and you hear some talk about Gilmore being traded, so I think they might get his replacement. So I've got Caleb Farley from Virginia Tech going 15 to the Patriots. I got your boy Khalid. All right, 16. Arizona Cardinals. So I can go. Arizona Cardinals, I got them going Najee Harris. I almost went receiver here because that just seems like a team that will pick up the much receivers that they can. But I think in the backfield, who they got back there? The guy from Denver. Whatever his name. No. He plays for the Texans. Yeah, I don't care. I got Najee Harris going there out of Alabama. First running back off my board.
I have cornerback help here. Obviously, with all the talk of Patterson, Caleb Farley is going here, Virginia Tech for me. So one off from your board, man.
Khalid. All right, Guru.
You're muted,
Guru,
man.
You're muted. Hey, Kev, I see your comment. You said golf is trash. He is not trash. You're trash. He went to the Super Bowl. He took that team with no offensive weapons to the playoffs multiple times in his career. Todd Gurley was only good for one time. Go ahead, Guru.
I'm going. They need to get their pass rush up. I mean, offense, I think they're pretty good. So I'm going to go Christian Barmore, defensive tackle, Alabama. They need to get up the field in their division.
Okay, cool. You got you said 16 Christian Barmore. Barmore. All right. So with the greatest super team of all time, this legendary franchise cannot be touched. We have the Las Vegas Raiders. Al Davis, R.I.P. Tim Brown drafted. Best color scheme in the NFL. Best new stadium in the league. The best fans in the world of all sports. Of all sports. The Las Vegas Raiders with the 17th pick in the 2021 draft. Have to go defense. Micah Parsons, Penn State, linebacker. We have no linebackers on our team. We got Micah coming off the board. Potential defensive rookie of the year. Maybe even defensive player of the year. For the Raiders. I don't know why I got so amped. I don't know what happened. But Micah Parsons for me.
Oh gosh. Tito, you want to go?
I can go, and this is gonna be a shocker, man. I agree with Ramir here. I think linebacker is where they need to go. I was torn between two because there's one on my board still that I think I see them going here, but I'm gonna go with Ramir here. I agree. Micah Parsons, Penn State is gonna be the pick, but don't be surprised if Notre Dame boy goes here as well. Those to me are the top two linebackers I can see going here. But Parsons, I agree.
Yeah,
not with none of that. Not with none of that intro shenanigans that Ramir just finished doing. But definitely linebacker Parsons for sure.
I'll go with the Raiders need a new coach, but that's another story. But I would say the Raiders are going to draft Greg Newsome, cornerback out of Northwestern. He has 4.39 speed. He's 6'1.5". Listen, they can't cover anybody, and when your offense is kind of like hit and miss and your defense is like, they can't cover anybody. They need a cornerback. They need to go get one. And if he's available, you can't pass on him. You can plug him right in. Someone just got to sit or go. But you don't pass.
His draft grade is not that high, and he is good on film. But I feel like the Raiders are going to be so shell-shocked since they missed on a cornerback last year that they just might have to go in a different – they don't want to admit defeat at that position yet. So I'm thinking that's why they're going linebacker. But I hear what you're saying. We can trade up and get a new coach. That'd be great. But Raider Nation.
And I just like to add one more thing. I mean, listen, the people in Las Vegas aren't the smartest people in the building drafting these players. So keep that in mind.
You drafted a receiver last year, and you got like 8 of them. Don't talk about my team drafting.
He was better than your receiver.
Next pick out of the draft is Miami. I got the kid out of Miami going to Miami. Jalen Phillips, edge rusher, he's staying in Miami on my board. Who do y'all got for the Miami?
So for Miami, I don't know, man. They can go any which way, but I'm gonna say Najee here. I'm gonna say Harris.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta go with Travis Etienne.
Oh.
I'm going Travis Etienne here.
Oh.
I feel like he's just a little quick.
Why? It's all good. You're good, man. You're good.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit wiggle. He got as Hotbox would say, he's got a little more wiggle to him.
He's watching the show right now. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
is
saying
he?
Harris class will be late first round. He says Harris will be late first round. He says it was his defense though, and he says by the next, and then he's talking about the Detroit right now. He says by the next 2 years, he says
Yeah.
I got to realize every team is going to have a mobile quarterback. Golf will not be relevant in a year or two. You know it. They've been saying that for like 10 years. They've been saying mobile quarterbacks are going to take over. If you can play in the NFL, you can play. Period. Fast, slow. I mean, if you have the quarterback position, you don't have to be mobile. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't believe so. All right, Tito, I'll let you go with the 19th overall pick, Mr. No Team No Name.
The reason that I told this was my reach pick, and obviously because I'm a Washington fan, right? I'm not going to give you this big old spiel of they will win the
But they're
East.
not a good franchise like the Raiders though. So you can't give a big spiel. You guys are embarrassing.
It's all good. It's all good. You know, I won't stick to the past when it comes down to my team, man. I know we suck. I know we're not very good, but hey, we'll win the East, and that's not saying much. Their defense, I really like their defense here, and for me, this was gonna be my shock or surprise pick. It's funny that Guru mentioned the player that I think is actually going with Washington.
Barmore?
I see them going running back. Etienne, Clemson, here. Book it.
Wow.
Ooh.
For real, y'all already got a running back that y'all believe in.
We definitely do. But I mean, dude, it's that Carolina. I feel like what they're trying to do in offense is just give them weapons. Etienne is a really, really good pass catcher. Pass catcher. So it definitely is one of those things where I see him as a good fit, man. You can line him up outside. You can line him in inside. I mean, just the schemes that they do. You saw it in Carolina. You can have two running backs. The way that they kind of do it. So, yeah, this is just all the makings for me of them going with Etienne. If not, though, there's a sleeper. I know we're not going second round, third round, but there's somebody that I like that could potentially fall to them as well. But I don't know. I wanted to go out on a limb here and say running back. If not, I see them going after the linebacker for Notre Dame. He's still on my board, but Etienne's dropping here, man.
About you, Guru?
Well, what pick is this?
Washington. Football team.
Oh, Washington. Where do they need help? Because they look pretty good everywhere. I would say linebacker. And I'm going to go Micah Parsons right here. I'm going to go him. If he's still on the board, definitely, because, man, they don't have very many weaknesses as far as, how they look on paper.
They do on offense. So I was going to go defense. I almost went on Barmore here and Owusu, Jeremiah, from Notre Dame. He's still on my board. But I'm going Elijah Vera Tucker right now. They just draft with a need pick right now, I feel like. And they'll just be filling up some holes. So I guess let me do my 20th pick because I had a trade where the Eagles traded down from 12 to 20 with the Bears. So it's the Bears pick, but for me it's the Eagles. So let me just go real fast before I confuse the audience. So since I had that trade, for me, this 20th pick right now is the Eagles. So the Eagles didn't know what they were going to do. They're a dumb team. But on my board, so, they're taking over for Chicago right here. And on my board, they'll go with Heisman Trophy winner. This is where he goes off on my board. It makes perfect sense. Devontae Smith is gone. He'll be going to the Eagles at the 20th spot on my board. This is Ray Muir's board. All right, go ahead, Tito, Guru. Y'all 20th pick is the Chicago Bears. Y'all didn't make any trades.
20th pick, Chicago Bears. Man. Tito, you want to go? You want me to go?
I can go. Okay. I see them. It's going to be weird, but I see them going receiver here. I see them going Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota.
That's not a bad pick. Not a bad pick at all. You know, they do need a wide receiver pretty bad, and they need some speed. I'm going to right here go Kadarius Toney Brown. Kadarius Toney out of University of Florida. He can return kicks and play receiver in the slot. That's who I see going right there.
He has like a second round grade. You making him go this high, Guru? Kadarius
Toney. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not sure why. But, you know, I'm not sure why he's so low on people's boards because you know what I saw on film doesn't say that he's not worthy of a first round.
Okay, no, I feel it. All right, so 21st pick, we have the Indianapolis Colts. I personally think they should go quarterback, but the quarterbacks are off the draft board for me right now. So I think just knowing the team, man, I know they got like a buttload of like linebackers and that are pretty good. So I'm going Christian Barmore, defensive line from Alabama. He's off on my board now. I know they don't. It's not like a big need because I feel like they really need like a. You know what? Nah, I changed that. I'm going Greg Newsome. They need a cornerback. They don't care what spot he's at. I'm going Greg Newsome the second. My bad. Let me type that in. All right. Colts, go ahead.
I got them going offensive tackle here. I have them going after Vera Tucker from USC. Okay. Elijah dropping here.
So Vera Tucker's off all our boards now.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going tackle as well. I
offensive tackle.
I just feel like offensive tackle. I'm going offensive tackle for the Colts.
Leatherwood.
And I'm going Tevin Jenkins, Oklahoma State.
Oh.
You know, because what's that quarterback they have now from the Eagles? He gets happy feet quick and he hears ghosts, so he needs a good tackle.
Oh, Tevin Jenkins is still on your boards. Yeah. He's been going off of mine.
He has?
Yeah. I think who hasn't picked him yet? Yeah, I don't think Tito hasn't picked him, but he went 14 on mine. Okay, 20. What is this? 22. 22nd pick is the Titans. For me, man, I feel like their defense is pretty good. And I feel like a team that needs like a receiver / cornerback. But to me, all the cornerbacks are off the board for me. So they're left with what's left. So I'm thinking on my board, they have to go receiver. And this is where Rashad Bateman goes off my board out of Minnesota.
Okay.
A good pick. I agree in that they might go offense here. But I'm just gonna go out on a limb here. I think they lost one of their offensive linemen very, very recently. So where I got Jenkins going, man.
If he drops this far, that's a good pick though for Tevin Jenkins. Yeah. But he might go this far. Maybe I might have reached too much when I picked him early because y'all kind of got it going in the same spot. But who you got going to this 22nd spot? Go.
I got Carlos Basham Jr. out of Wake Forest. Mm-hmm. You know, he's that dude. He's got a motor, and he's never hurt. And I feel like, you know, they tried to do something with the Javion Clowney last year. It didn't work out. So that obviously they felt there was a need there for a reason. So that's why I chose
Carlos Basham.
Yeah.
Basham Jr. Okay.
23 consecutive games with a tackle for a loss.
All right. So who won? Yeah, that's a good stack right there. Basham. All right, we got the Jets picking again at 23. Who wants to tackle the Jets first? 23 pick.
I'll go. I mean, look, I got Jalen Phillips right here. They need to get after the quarterback, and that's who I have out of Miami, Jalen Phillips, defensive end.
Tito.
So Phillips is off of mine already. I have them going with who do I have? I going the edge rusher, Kiwity Payne from Michigan.
I have the same guy. I feel like, this is the classic, first 2-round high draft pick type of thing. You go offense, you go defense. How the guys like that at the pressure court,
Yeah.
at the conference.
And Saleh, I mean, we know Saleh loves his D-line.
Yeah, so, with that coach, I don't even think he wants to go with Zach Wilson, number 1, but number 2, but I think this is his pick, somebody he can mold to his likeness. So yeah, we got the same one, Tito. But we all have the same type of player though. Like we kind of all know that the need for the Jets, or the real need, is a pass rusher. So cool. We got number, what is this? 24. The Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers. It's always hard to say what they need because they seem to be consistent, solid anywhere. But I'm going to go here. I'm going to say Asante Samuel Jr., cornerback. I think Joe Hayden is getting a little long in the tooth, and they need someone in there. He's aggressive. He's the next best corner on the board. And, corner's at a premium, so you take him.
Tito.
With Steelers, you always almost want to think defense for whatever reason. I mean, there's a pretty good linebacker that I still have on my board that I can see falling here. But for all intensive purposes, I think if they're going to trust Ben Roethlisberger, you're going to want to protect them. Their line has gone through a little bit of a change. So I think they go offensive tackle here.
Leatherwood.
And I think they go off of my board is the kid out of Texas, Samuel Cosme.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. My sound cut off for a second. Cosme. Cosmi. Yeah, that's how you right here. I have so I got some pretty good linebackers on the board, and I do want to go. You do want to go linebacker when you go them, but to me, to have Ben Roethlisberger who can get hurt, you want to prevent him from getting hurt. So I got Leatherwood going right here, Alex.
Yeah.
The kid out of Alabama, so I got him going right here because if Ben Roethlisberger go down, they got Dwayne Haskins and what's the other guy's name? They got his head smashed in.
Rudolph, whatever.
Yeah. So I feel like offensive tackle, you got to protect Ben on his last season. So yeah. Excuse me. All right. With the 25th pick, the Jaguars are up again. Who do you guys have them going with?
They're going to need help on defense. They're going to have to rebuild there a little bit. So I got Jameen Davis out of Kentucky. He can make plays in coverage. Played in the SEC, even though Kentucky's not a powerhouse. He certainly stood out for the last 3 years.
Okay. For me, this player slid on my board, so he's here, and it's like a perfect pairing right now. I understand you want to go defense and shore up the team, but I got Travis Etienne going here to unite with his college
nice
quarterback. So yeah, two Clemson guys.
If he slides to them, I mean, it's a good range for him to fall into. Yeah, man. I mean, that would make perfect sense. He's off of my board. Obviously, I would want him.
Yeah, I don't think he's beat.
I believe this guy's still on my board. Ramir, you can probably
I can check.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but Notre Dame, I think they go linebacker here. Koromora.
You said who from Notre Dame?
Their linebacker, Jeremiah.
Owusu?
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's still on. You got him.
He's still on my board, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's still on mine too.
Oh my gosh. Well, you're a Raiders fan.
He was gonna go early, but I had to pick between him. I got a lot of good players on my board still.
I'll give you a little a train of thought, Guru. So I have or Parson it might be a little bit of a better fit, and then with Washington, I think I almost went with Owusu with Washington as well. Like I do think those two teams are probably the ones that I can go in after that linebacker, but for whatever reason, my board I'm gonna put him over in Jacksonville for this pick.
All right, bless you, Guru. 26 is the Cleveland Browns, the Cleveland Steamers. I have Trayvon Moehrig or whatever, because out of TCU they just lost Carl Joseph to the Raiders. He went back to the team that should never gave him up and just wasted the pick by letting him go. So I got them filling his hole up with Trayvon, safety out of TCU.
I think that they need help in their running game. I know that they have.
Oh my God! No, go ahead.
No. Who's there from the San Diego? What's his name?
No. We're on the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, Cleveland Browns. What pick are we?
26.
Yeah. 26. Cleveland 26. Browns. Okay.
I said, heck, they don't need no. Heck, no, they don't need no. What's the name? They don't need no running back at all on that team.
No, they don't.
Hey, Tito, you want to go? While Guru getting his board back together?
Yeah. I'm gonna go Barrymore here.
Ooh, that's a good one. I almost went him.
Christian Barrymore, Alabama. He's not an edge guy. Obviously, they just picked up Clowney. But you can put him in the middle. Big boy, I think, can plug up some holes. So I got Barrymore here.
I'm going to go, and this is kind of a reach because he's had medical issues, but I'm going to go Landon Dickinson, center guard out of Alabama. His play is awesome, but he's had a little medical history. That can turn either way. Look what Frank Gore has done. So I'm going to go there with him so he can open the holes. That's what they need. They need to show up their line to see what they're working with and their skill position players.
Okay, 27, the Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens. Ooh, I'm already going to go. I'm going to go wide receiver right here. And I'm going to go Terence Marshall out of LSU. They talk about, they need a tall receiver. He's almost 6'3", 205, runs a 4.40. Like the third best receiver on that team. Has a lot, considering one of them was all pro last year and made the Pro Bowl. And the second one was the Biletnikoff Award winner the year before, the player who won Rookie of the Year. So I'm going to go right there with Terence Marshall. A little unpolished, but, with the right coaches, he can do something.
Tito.
With Ravens here, I think they love their defense. I actually have Newsom going here, cornerback, Northwestern.
Dang, Greg Newsom, he fell all the way down right here, huh? Newsom. Yeah,
I got him in like mid.
We're at pick 27. Yeah, for me, I feel the same way, man. I feel like they need offensive presence on their team. They just lost the offensive tackle. Landon Dickinson is a good pick, man. He is a good pick. But I think that they are hard-headed and they are dumb organization. So they're going to go defense. So I'm going with Christian Barmore. He's still on the board for me. So I'm going Christian Barmore.
Nice. It's a good pick.
Boom, boom, boom. All right. Okay. So with the 28th pick, we have the New Orleans Saints.
New Orleans Saints. I'm going to go back. I think they need a cornerback. Pair on the other side. I'm going to go Eric Stokes out of Georgia. He's fast. He can play inside. He can play outside. There's a concern with his run coverage. But, you get in the NFL, start getting paid, all of a sudden you know how to do run coverage, because you're getting paid to do it. So I like that pick.
Okay. Tito.
I like it. I like it so much that it's the same pick that I have. Cornerback Eric Stokes.
Okay, for me, I like the pick. I almost went Eric Stokes here, but I had to go with Asante Samuel Jr. on this one. I think it's a cool fit.
All right.
I think we all thinking the same thing when it comes to defense, but yeah, I got Asante.
Yeah.
Okay, with the 29th pick, the Green Bay Packers.
I'm going to go wide receiver. What's the name? Aaron Rodgers kept saying wide receiver. So, best thing they do, I'm going to go Elijah Moore, wide receiver.
Ole Miss, Elijah.
Ole Miss. He has sub 4.4 speed. He runs a 4.36 40. He is explosive in and out of his routes, played in a tough conference. Against Alabama, he lit him up for 11 catches, 143 yards. So, big-time football.
Okay, Tito?
Man, Guru, I should have went first because, yeah, man, Green Bay don't do it very, very often. They don't like to draft Aaron Rodgers weapons, but I have the exact same pick. Elijah Moore out of Ole Miss. Guy has won me a couple of college fantasy football leagues. Had him on my squad 2 years in a row. Yeah, I think he's a perfect fit. Hopefully they go this route, but it's records to do it. But I think he fits well.
Okay. See, I think you guys are thinking about the history of the Green Bay Packers, of how they're dumb, and you guys are like picking picks that make sense that would happen. So me, I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers for who they are and say they trade this pick to I have them trading this pick to the Washington football team. And I have this might be the shock of the year. I had the Washington football team coming up to get their quarterback of the future. And this Guru's boy, I got Kellen Mond going 29 to the Washington football team off a trade from the Green Bay Packers. Boom, I said it. I think if there's anybody
I would love Mond.
If it was anybody that can get Mond to play up, I know it's kind of a reach, but I think people.
I don't believe it's a reach.
Well, I don't know.
I really don't.
I know we know you don't think it's a reach, Guru. We're the killer. But Keller,
I like your thinking there, though. I like your thinking there because I think it's Guru. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is it Scott Turner that's the offensive coordinator?
I believe so, but don't quote me.
That scheme, I think would fit him. Would fit his style, but I mean,
yeah, he is.
I would, yeah. And if this is true, I would definitely like it.
Yeah, so. I don't know. To me, I just feel like the Washington football team, they really like one player away from like running away with that division for like years, and we've seen what they did last year with like a carousel of quarterbacks. If their defense can play up the same, and especially with their previous draft picks, who did I have going to the football team? Did I go defense? Where are they at? On my board? Oh yeah.
I think
I went offensive line. I went O line. So I went Elijah Vera Tucker. But anyway, I feel like the football team and man, something about Ron Rivera, he know how to coach. He know how to coach QBs. Like, I think that besides Dwayne Haskins, even with Dwayne Haskins was thriving in that system for a little bit, and I think this could be a chance that I think he just needs to find his guy. Like, the quarterback, the head coach, Ron Rivera, if he can find his guy and mold him the way he wants to, I think that's great. And I think that Mon has the tape. Like, sometimes he's unpolished, but like the rest of these guys. But, 4-year starter, high-level competition. The NFC East is, all divisions in the NFL are like high level, but these rivalry games, they hate them. They hate each other like pure, like they want to stab each other. Like, I don't want to stab like Broncos fans, but I can see every team in the NFC East getting down like that. I got Kellen. And the Packers are just the perfect team to trade with because they just do dumb things. They don't base off of team needs. They don't look what's going on, so they could be easy to trick to slip back into the first round. So yeah.
Yeah. Jose's asking, what's the trade though? What are they trying to? What are they getting? What, second pick, future first?
Yeah, they're getting a second pick. They're swapping the second pick, and then they're getting a future first for 2022, if they still have one.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they did that. Good. They did that 2 years ago. They did that 2 years ago to get Montez Sweat, man.
I think that's a good move, right, Mayor, that you pointed that out because, Ryan is a veteran. He's going out the door, and like you said, you were able to look at his tape, high level competition. Wouldn't be too much of a reach at the end of the first round, just based on his competition,
Yeah, to me, the football team has shown to me that they can play in the NFL at a high level on defense, so they're going to always be in it. I feel like they're always. If you've got a team that can play, like look at the Niners when they were hot. Their defense kept them in a bunch of games, and you're just really one quarterback play away. Like that's like I said last year. Dwayne Haskins is easier to sit him because you just need somebody who can play okay to win some games, and that's what they did with Alex Smith and that other guy that got hurt. And I also feel like the guy they have on their team now might be their quarterback in the future, so this wouldn't be too big of a step to like build up. And they had him looking good in the playoffs. So imagine somebody that you can mold for like 1 year or 2 years before he gets in what's the number one quarterback in the league name? Not Tom Brady, but the other one. Dang it, why I can't think of his name?
Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, like Patrick Mahomes.
True.
All right. So enough of my explaining of my trade. It went down. I hope it happens. Make it happen. 30th, we got the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills.
I can go. So with the Bills, I feel like they're getting old at cornerback position. Like, they got some good corners, but those guys are getting old. So this is where Eric Stokes is coming off of my board.
I like your thinking. This is where I have Samuels Jr., Asante Samuels coming off.
Cool. Guru.
We on?
The Buffalo Bills.
Bills.
Look, they need a little bit more punch on offense because their defense is kind of set. I'm going to reach here a little bit, but only
you're going to reach here. This is your first reach. Go ahead. Let me hear it.
This is my first reach, yeah. I'm going to reach right here. Thank you for pointing that out, Raymir. They need a little help at receiver, so I'm going to go Rondelle Moore, Purdue. Now, I say it's a reach because he's 5'7", but let me tell you, this guy had a game against Ohio State for the ages. He's been limited in games the last 2 years. He's 5'7". He runs a sub 4.40. He's 4.33. And, he had a left knee injury in 2018, but it's all good now. And I think
I like the player. I have him as a round 2, round 3 grade, but I like the player.
I won't ask you how he got that. Talk about that at another time.
Yeah, but, it's the injury. I've watched him a lot. I watched him a lot with Purdue. I mean, I'll tell you, if you were to see my fantasy squad, man, you'd be in awe, man. I have more Etienne. I have
Fixed it up.
Purdue, more. Last year I had stud receivers too, but no, I like them, but it's the injury history, and then smaller side. But I see him as a very similar player with Tony. Tony's off of your board, so this pick makes sense.
So the 31st pick is it the Ravens from Kansas City?
It's the Ravens now. Yes, they traded their tackle for this pick.
That's right. That just happened.
So it's Baltimore back on the board.
Okay.
I mean, they might be maneuvering. They have two picks in the 20s, right? So it's like they might make a move.
I think they go Elijah Moore here on my board. He's off right here. For me, he goes.
Yep. I have them. Yeah, I have them going receiver. Marshall is still on my board. I see Marshall going here. I know that he went earlier for one of you guys. But I see them going Marshall. Terence Marshall here.
31. Who you got the Ravens selecting, Guru?
I'm gonna reach in the back of this round. I'm gonna really reach right here because I just think that they need receiver. I think that they straight everywhere else. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna go Rashad Bateman, wide receiver, Minnesota. You know, little sub 4.4 speed, set freshman records in the Big Ten in 2018, 2019. Just a big play guy.
Oh, you didn't pick him yet. That was me. I'm the only one that picked him, huh?
Who? Bateman?
Oh, so you don't want to pick him?
Oh, you had him going 20.
Going to Chicago.
Yeah. Yep. Guru, you didn't pick him.
I just now got him.
All right.
So I picked him later than you guys?
Yeah, you picked him the latest.
Yep.
Wow. You guys did some excellent scouting because that's where I had him at the end.
Man, I've been up for like the last 2 days. Like,
what did y'all see? What was it? What did I miss? I mean, you guys, I guess, thought.
For me, I have him going to Chicago. Cold weather, man. He's definitely has some solid hands, and you got to be used to the environment at the same time, man. So I thought he was a good fit. If Chicago is really putting their cards into Dalton, which it sounds like they are, they do have that kid that played lights out for them. Who is it? Mooney last year. Mm-hmm. But then you have Robinson on a franchise tag where that might go sour. I see them as a smart pick there, man. But yeah, no, Bateman's he's good, man. He's good. Yeah, he didn't play for a big time school, but
yeah, I don't know. I feel like.
How about you, Ray, man?
Yeah, I feel like that's what the Tennessee Titans. He went for the Titans for me, and I just feel like that'd have been complimentary to Brown. He's a short, stocky receiver, and you got somebody who could just fly off of his tape. Like he said, Minnesota's not the biggest school, but he's used to playing in those type of cold weather. He's outside. I don't know. He's a good receiver.
Hell, they still play Michigan in all them schools. Might not be the biggest school, but your competition is big.
All right, so we got the 32. It's the last pick of the first round, and it's the Super Bowl champion, defending champions, the Buccaneers. Who do you got?
For me, it's tackle. It's tackle, and the best, the most important thing is you have to be able to check. Patrick Mahomes. They just got rid of their tackle of like 9 years. What's his name? Fisher.
No. This is Tampa Bay,
dude.
Oh, you said Tampa Bay. I thought you said Kansas City.
They just traded for their tackle.
Yeah, they just got Brown from the Ravens. So the Ravens went 31st, and now the last pick is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, Tampa Bay Bucks. Okay, that's right. Right. Well, I'll go last then.
Go ahead.
I got them going edge rusher here. I say they actually trade this pick. I don't know who would move up. So my gut is saying trade, but I don't have a trade partner here of somebody on my board that really stands out for a team to go get. Stay and make this pick. I think they go edge here, and they go Joe Tyron out of Washington.
Yeah, I didn't watch this tape. Tyrod. So to me, I have the best player available on my board going off right here, and it's a linebacker out of Notre Dame, Jeremiah Owusu.
Okay.
He's finally going off of mine, so best available.
Yep. Hey man, if he falls to that pick, dude, that's a solid ass pick. His tape is good, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go linebacker right here. I'm gonna go Nick Bolton, linebacker, Missouri. Just a phenomenal player. High motor.
Okay, what's up? Oh, you don't love me no more. All right, cool.
That is the first round.
Yeah, so first round. So let's see. Any surprise picks? Oh yeah, we do.
Sure.
We got Trey Lance going third to the Niners. We got Trey Lance going fourth for Tito. Going to the Falcons. Let's see who else is a shocker. I guess not much shocker. Honestly, we kind of.
There's got to be some.
I can. You got Mack Jones slipping to 15.
And you guys have him where 2, 3?
Yeah, 3. We have him at 3. We just.
Why do y'all have him?
And
there?
I have 2 trades. I have Trey Lance going 12 to Chicago from the Eagles, and then the Eagles selecting Devontae Smith at 20, and then I have the Washington football team trade back into the first round at 29 to get Kellen Mond from the Green Bay Packers.
I respect y'all picks. It's just interesting to see how this is going to play out because, a lot of teams get cold feet right there at the, when it gets down to the last 20 seconds. So you can be like Minnesota that one year when they missed their pick twice, 2 years in a row because they couldn't figure it out. But it's going to be interesting. Like at the top of the board, are we really the same? What about picks like 4 through 8?
I can read them all off to you if that'll make it better.
I'm just pointing out if there was some like that, like the quarterbacks. How far are we off on which quarterback do we have graded like crazy?
I think it's just Trey Lance and Mack Jones. Nobody has Justin Fields slipping too far. He both went 9 for me and Tito. But let's see, 4 through 8. Justin Fields. You got Justin Fields, Penei Sewell. We all agreed on Penei Sewell. Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts is what we went 6. It just Kyle Pitts wasn't available on our boards, but he wasn't available on my board. You got Devontae Smith, receiver going 7. We all did that. Receiver going number 8. So I can email you this list that we have.
Yes. Please.
What's your email? Well, you can just send it in a group text message.
I'll send it to you. The group
and
text,
it'd just be a group. It'd be a Google Doc. I have some of the names spelt wrong. And I have my trades paid. My trades are like highlighted in yellow, so you can over.
I'm gonna have a heart attack if that actually happens.
Man,
trade.
Man, I wish it did. That'd be great.
The casino right away,
dude. I love the trades, man, but it's just like I don't see Green Bay doing that, pissing Aaron Rodgers off unless you're going to trade his ass,
They piss, man. To me, at this point, they like piss. They like pissing him off all the time. Like that's their MO now.
He's trapping us.
Yeah, like he's holding them hostage right now. To which
they saying, look, you sucking us dry out of money. We've only lost 3 games the last 2 years. Look, we paying you all the money. Lift us.
Oh,
they're gonna give.
We got some comments. Kevin Johnson says the shocker was Kellen Mond going in the first round. He said he's going maybe second or third. Maybe. Who knows, man? Dak Prescott went in the fourth round.
Fourth.
So you can find Russell Wilson went in the 3rd round. You can find these quarterbacks, but to me, I don't know. Part of me feel like the NFL should start getting smart with these players in their evaluation. Like even with Justin Fields, like number 9 is really kind of lightweight falling for where he should be at, considering the fact that he got 40 touchdowns, 10 rushing touchdowns last year. Like anybody who has those, everybody who has those stats play pretty good at NFL, man. And a lot of things have been debunked about him and his work ethic and the way he does his reads. Because like we said, we called it. I think we called it a long time ago. Like even when he lost that national the national that whatever they call it, college football national championship. Hey, that's what they call it. But I said in that loss, like, man, I know he lost, but he was making some reads in that game, though. It's just that his teammates and his offensive line couldn't give him enough time. But if you go back and watch that tape, even in his loss, he was going through his reads. But, besides that, we just see it. We see all the same things. So I think NFL might get smarter to understand that what type of players translate in the NFL well. Big, mobile quarterbacks are cool. Ones that can run and get out the pocket, which is like the league, but which is the way the league is going. But the ones who still pass, and I feel like all these guys are passers. They can, they can run if needed. Like even with Trevor Lawrence. Only one I'm not really sure on is Mack Jones. Like Mack Jones is kind of like the biggest question mark out of all. But we hear all these glamour stories about Mack Jones coming out about how he has a photographic memory and just different stuff. Like I heard yesterday that he walked on water. Like they're putting those type of stories out about Mack Jones right now. So I don't know. We'll see when they learn, but we'll see.
And listen, we want all these guys to do well. We're not rooting against these kids. Realistic with my development. Like I think the biggest question mark of this whole draft to me. And keep in mind, I chose Russell Wilson as a first rounder. I chose Dak Prescott as a first rounder. I've done that. I've told people that.
Yes, he has. I know. Yes, that's confirmed.
And I just feel like this guy, this young man out of BYU, this is going to be the story of the draft. I hope he does well, but I don't see the structure to where he is this high-rated quarterback. Mind you, and coming out of high school, he was only like a 2 or 3 star recruit. And on GRT Sports here, he was not in any of our discussions last year when we were talking about upcoming quarterbacks in this draft. You can go back and look at the past shows. So That's something to look at right there. I hope he does well, but I don't see it. I picked him there because that's where he's going to go. So we'll see what happens.
These are my trade notes.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. All right. Make sure you don't forget right now. I'm going to say this. But yeah, I agree with you. I'm about you, Cheetah. What do you feel about our picks and just overall draft?
And how about those?
I feel really good, man. I feel like most of us did. I feel like all of us did our homework. I feel like there's no real like big stretches. I think the names are interchangeable, but I think a lot of our picks were based off of like team need. And they're all similar in that fashion, right? Like teams needing cornerbacks, team needing edge, all of that stuff. I really hope that this draft is exciting in a sense of that there is shakers and movers, like maybe one of these quarterbacks, maybe the Niners are swerving everybody and are not going to go Mack Jones, but there's still enough there for if Mack Jones is available within the top 10, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some teams that are moving up for him.
Man, I don't see why.
I don't. The only thing that I can see is what I've said in this show in the past, right? Which is his decision ability of getting the ball out where it needs to be. So whether that is reading into his accuracy, whether that is just like for me is just he has quick decision ability from what I've seen. Yes, he's playing with all these studs in Alabama. But being in Alabama, you play against everybody's A game every single time as well. And for him,
man,
yes, 2020 was a weird year. That's the only thing out. Like if I went out there, if I knew what I was looking for, then that's the only thing that possibly, get me to say, yes, that's somebody that I would want. Do you think this is just me going out on a limb, out of all these quarterbacks, whether it is Trey Lance, Fields, I think Fields is number 2 on mine. But I do think that Mac Jones is possibly the most NFL ready right now. I don't think he's NFL ready, but out of all these prospects, I do think that he will give you enough to win some ball games based on his decision ability to get the ball out quick, and not make boneheaded plays. But that's the only thing I see, man.
What do you have to say to that, Ray, man?
Nah, I don't see it. I don't see it. I feel like with Alabama, man, like this is recent because if you go back to the last show, I'm still high against this Mac Jones level of competition, and it just, people like to talk about Ohio State quarterbacks, but you got to start talking about the same thing when it comes to Alabama quarterbacks. Like,
yeah,
I didn't like Jalen Hurts until he went to Oklahoma, until where he got into that offense where he was throwing more. I didn't like Tua last year when he came out the draft. And Mac Jones, the same thing. Like, when you kind of play in the highest level, it doesn't matter if you're number one and you're the highest level. Alabama is the highest level on offense when they play. So the quarterback, honestly, might be the best. I mean, it might be the hardest thing to judge because everything else is so good to where you don't, like, even like his accuracy or his playmaking decision, he don't have to really make the play decisions because the playmaking is so good. And the offensive skill players are so outmatched to where you kind of know where to throw the ball at. Like, I could be like, hi, if I throw it to the 30 and a hash mark on this couple of seconds, I know it's going to be there. So I'm saying all that to say this. Jalen, you can't, like I said, I just said it. Jalen Hurts got better when he went to Oklahoma because he's.
So knowing that, don't you think he's a perfect fit for the Niners then? You have somebody that Kyle Shanahan who 100% believes in his system and just looking for a player to run, right? Like, those decisions are already going to be made, that those plays are already going to be there. They have the weapons. Like, I see the fit there. I don't know. I agree with the fact that I don't see him as being the guy personally. But I see the fit. I see the understanding of where somebody like Shanahan or the Niners, who are in love with their scheme and are looking for a specific quarterback, a Kirk Cousins, a Matt Ryan, he fits the mold in my eyes of being like, they're going to have the weapons. They're going to have, like, that scheme is going to sit him.
That makes sense. But you don't trade all that stuff you traded to move up to get a player that's not A-level prospect. Like, that makes no sense. Like, this guy, if they were trading for one to get Trevor Lawrence or somebody that makes sense. Like Zach Wilson came out of nowhere, but I can see the appeal of Zach Wilson compared to Mac Jones. Like, Mac Jones, like you said, he plays. Once you play at a high level at a high level school, that's depending on what you're doing and the players around you. I feel like that has to be like in consideration. Now, he has the best receiving core in college football in the last since maybe Matt Leinart when he had Jared and those guys, Steve Smith and Reggie Bush. Now that maybe, but I don't know. I feel what you're saying. To me,
I see Matt Leinart. I'm just gonna say it.
Hey, that's what it makes sense to me. But we'll see, man. The NFL is different. Joe Burrow was nothing special, but Joe Burrow, he was the reason why that team was good. He led that team offensively, and he showed his playmaking decision under stress. Like Mac Jones, Mac Jones is a good player. Like, I'm not want to bash Mac Jones at all. Like, I still got him going 3 because that's who the Niners seem like they're gonna grab. But I'm just, I don't think giving up all that stuff that they gave up was worth it. But we will see. And that's what I'm saying. That's why Trey Lance is kind of like my last quarterback taken. Well, not my last.
Played the same amount of games.
I know, but to me, like, I still, the competition level and what he's doing, that's kind of hard to gauge. So we have to sit back and really put that account. And that's why, Justin Fields is still up there for me. Like, I don't get it. Like, to me, I thought Justin Fields was short, and that's why people were down, but he's 6'2" and some change, 6'3" with some cleats on. So I don't know. We'll see. It's interesting. I think. What did we say? Who did we call last year though? Last year the same. Who was what was one of the biggest calls on our last year's show? But we had no discussion.
Quarterback.
Who was quarterback that we thought? Yeah, I don't know. I think Tua went too high for me. But other than that,
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love, yeah. What's up with Jordan Love, man?
Well, Aaron Rodgers. Just the way Aaron Rodgers had to sit behind Brett Favre. You're going to sit behind a legend. It's not that he's not good. He can't see the field. Aaron Rodgers in front of him. He's not going. So we have no way of assessing what he does. I don't care what he does in practice, because that's why I practice. I want to see what he can do in an actual game, and I won't judge him until that time. If anything, we'll be able to judge him once he does touch the field in another year or so, because keep in mind he's on a rookie deal, because we'll see how well he's picked up the system, how quick he's able to make his reads. This will still be his second year in the system, even though he's not playing. He should know that playbook inside out. So we'll give him time, but people need to relax. Aaron Rodgers is there, and we don't know what that young man can do.
I was just seeing what was up with him. Aaron Rodgers is in front of him, so you can't really do too much,
Can't do nothing. See him for 3 years.
This is true, and he stunk. He went 6-10 for his first year too.
Yeah.
But all right, base stars, since that's on our thing, so I have to talk about it. Juan Toscano Jr. Juan Toscano Anderson. He's from 95th. That's why he wears 95 on his jersey. So for people to know that's East Oakland. He's been playing hard. He had a quote yesterday about he's willing to die for a championship. And I get what he meant, man. Unlike Trevor Lawrence, he's not willing to die for anything in the NFL. Man, imagine if Justin Fields. Nah, let me not do that. Let me not do that. But yeah, shout out to Juan Toscano Anderson. He's been playing all right. He went off 2 games ago. He had like 20 plus points. So he, I have to. That's a big star. Dame, same thing.
Who does Juan Toscano play for?
The Warriors.
The Warriors.
Oh, okay.
He's on the Warriors.
Yeah, he's
a starter?
Nah, some games. The Warriors games in flux. He's cool though.
They're depleted, yeah. So he gets his minutes though.
Yeah, he gets his minutes.
It's you're looking for hustle. He has hustle. Like you'll see the highlight out there, Guru, where he dove into the cameras or like the monitor. That was him, yeah.
I think I saw him against the Wizards last week.
Yeah.
So it's just hustle. If you bring hustle, you're gonna get some game time. It's like when you're not a very good team, and you're hustling your butt, you're gonna go out there. So you got to make the most of the moment, man. But yeah, shout out to him. He definitely is up and coming. So I wouldn't say Bay Area star, but the Bay Area knows him.
He's a star to us. We like to see our sons out there.
Is he from here?
Yeah. He's from Oakland. His mom is actually best friends with my mom. She lives in Castro Valley, like down the street. Yep,
Now we go to school.
Man, where did he go to?
College.
You said not college or high school?
High school and college.
High school, he went to that school in Oakland, the one at the top of the hill. I'm in 98th. What is it called? Let's look it up.
Yeah, a little info on this young man.
You don't know about him?
Well.
So he went to Marquette for university.
Oh, he went to Marquette, and he's from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And he went to a school up the hill.
Okay.
Oh, O'Dowd?
Mexican American. Yeah. He's all right. Here we go. Oh, he went to Castro Valley High. Huh.
Oh, okay. Castro Valley High, to Marquette, and to there. Now, did he get drafted, or is he a free agent? What's his trip to the NBA?
He got signed to the D League, and then he played in Mexico. Okay. And then he went. Then he got moved.
Yeah, it was basically D League. It was Santa Cruz Warriors. The Santa Cruz Warriors were definitely balling for a little bit. So, just a journeyman. He went through the route.
Okay.
Undrafted.
Hard-nosed player.
Yep.
Yeah, you want guys who can dive for loose balls. I don't see that anymore. I see guys just kind of chasing the ball and they stop once they see it's unreachable. But I don't see the Dennis Rodman dives that I used to see in the '80s and the early '90s when players were making $4 or $5 million a year. So I appreciate his work. Just don't stop diving for him once you get paid, young man. Remember that.
But yeah, any more draft talk? Because we won't have a show and the draft already happened, so I want to make sure we get it all out there. Yeah, I don't know, man. This draft is interesting, man. The player is interesting. There's some quotes out there. I think Trevor Lawrence would be all right. He's already getting stuff from the fans, giving back to the community, so he's going first. That's that's already said. But I don't know, Justin Fields, man. I'm still on board with him. I wonder where he's gonna go. Mack Jones is a question mark. These running backs, I feel like the NFL tried to move away from running backs in the first round. Like they tried to push that narrative, but now you can see that running backs are more important than ever.
They don't have a lot in the first round, though. Because you can get running backs at a premium because running backs are running backs. Some of them just play at bigger schools, and some of them play at smaller schools, but, a running back, he knows the gaps. The language might be different, but all he does is run. So I think that's another reason they're not being as valued as high unless they are like a generational type back. There were some questions about the young man from the running back out of Alabama. What's his name again?
Najee Harris.
Najee Harris. Hotbox has always been a critic of his, and I had to see why. And then I noticed that I don't really see him as a first-round talent. I don't see. Again, I'm looking at him like the way you looked at Mack Jones, that the system type player. Like he didn't remind me of a Kenyon Drake or anyone like that. So that right there is probably a reason. And like you look at Chuba Hubbard, out of Oklahoma State. To me, I really feel like he's going to surprise everyone. He's not in the first. We didn't even mention his name in the first round, but I know that he's going to get taken somewhere in the third round. But he probably end up out rushing everybody as a rookie.
Okay.
So
we'll see. Okay. All right.
Oh, one more thing. The Raiders are on the clock. This draft, this is the fourth draft for John Gruden and Mike Mayock. And, Gruden holds the keys. He has the final say. He has 4 picks that right now are not panning out. He has Colton Miller, who is, coming into something. Max Crosby, if he capitalizes on his, he'll look great there. But they have to get it right this year. And not only do they have to get it right, Henry Ruggs III has to. He's going to have to get at least 1,000 yards, and John Gruden is going to have to find a way to get him 1,000 yards. So I don't know where they go from here with them, but this draft is good. This is huge for the Raiders.
I agree. 100%, Guru. I agree with everything you said. Well, I would say something about the Cowboys, but you guys' draft picks, even though they might not be the best draft picks that you needed to make, but they
Can't fire the
they played pretty good. Hey, what's that noise? Oh,
can't fire.
All right. I guess that's it for our show. Tito, any last words?
As always, man. These are hella fun to do. Thanks for the watchers. Thanks for sticking with us. Obviously, NFL is king on the show, but there's a lot of things going on. The draft is going to be exciting. Stay safe out there. Appreciate every single last one of you.
Kev, Jose, Kev, we still see you. Kev says he's not really good, though. Just my honest opinion. Y'all might think I'm hating, though. No, it's all right. I get what you're saying. I'm thinking he's talking about Juan Toscano. It's all right. I mean, he's not like top 5, top 10, top 20 NBA right now, so it's okay. I think we're not saying that. He's just from the Bay. It's on the thing. We have to talk about him. Good kid. Thanks for watching, everybody. Guru, any last words?
Yeah, I just want to mention for the fights. I know most of you have seen it.
Usman. Yeah, how we missed that?
Yeah, so I just wanted to Kamaru Usman. Well, let's let Tito. Do you have anything to start with?
Yeah, that night was crazy. Go ahead, Tito.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, if we're talking about main event, Usman, Masvidal, I had
We talking about the
Usman
whole
all day,
card.
man. Yeah. I mean, Usman just went out there. Like, obviously, the hype has always been around Masvidal. Um, I haven't been a fan of his since he went the Kobe Covington route of joining MAGA and doing his thing and I get promotion and everything like that, but hasn't been exciting for a little bit, and Usman has gone on there and done work. One of my favorite fighters is in his camp as well, Gaethje, Justin Gaethje, who I'm a big fan of. But yeah, man, I mean, he put Boy to sleep, and it was good to see because he's known as a wrestler, and his power is definitely getting there. He showed it his last fight too. Um, but it was good to see have Ngannou in his corner. If you guys saw that, he was out there. He just wanted to be a water boy. He said, um, just to be
Oh,
part of
Jorge
it.
had a Newell out there.
That fight was amazing. Yeah, man, that fight was amazing. You know, who was it? Um, all of the fights, man. I mean,
Chris Weisman.
Doug Rose,
uh,
Doug Wiseman, Rip. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw that leg, but the parallels between Spider Anderson. I mean, obviously Spider got hurt pretty much exactly the same way when he won the belt. Obviously, this wasn't for a belt, but Raya Hall fighting, pretty much retiring Anderson Silva, and then this happening. So like the parallels of that kind of storyline is uncanny, but yeah, man, it was gruesome. It was gruesome. If you, I wouldn't recommend watching it if you guys are not for the faint of heart.
yeah,
But
but go ahead. We can talk about
he
Thug
stepped on
Rose.
it as well.
I know you were going to talk about it.
Doug Rose, man, yeah. I mean, it was funny. I was texting another buddy of mine, and he was saying that he was worried about Namajunas' cardio, and the only thing that I text back was she might not need it, and sure enough, she didn't need it. Like Doug Rose is one of those fighters that's if her heart's in it, if she's 100% mentally into the fight, I think she's unbeatable, man. There is this stigma though where it's like she's not in every single fight mentally, but she went out there and I think it was an okay stoppage. Some may say it was a little premature, or at least the champion thought it was a premature stoppage, but a head kick put her out. Body went limp. That was good. What other fight that I mean, Shevchenko, man, Valentina. She went out there and she's in a class of her own.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of unfair to say that the only fight that I see her making now or like competition would be Amanda Nunez. I know that they fought. Yeah, they fought twice actually, but I mean, dude, if you saw that fight,
I think Shevchenko won.
It's like she put, yeah, but even this one on this card, she put what's her name, Andrade, in a crucifix, and it was just, I mean, that's really really hard to do, and she made it look easy. Like she literally went through that, 2 rounds unscathed, unmatched, and literally just TKO'd at that point. So yeah, I mean, it's I would hate to say that like, hey, go up, because I think Nunez is a little bit, a little bit bigger, and when it comes down to is like Shevchenko would have to put on that weight, and we don't know if how would that transition if she's a speed fighter, she's one of the best technical strikers in the UFC. So man, this card was worth every penny. I mean, I didn't pay for it. Shout out, disclaimer, but it definitely was one not to miss. Yeah, I mean, top to bottom, every single fight, other than the Weidman fight, but I mean, it still gives you that ooh and ah factor, right? It was good to see fans out there. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw this little dust up with Daniel Cormier and Jake Paul, but I mean, yeah, it's as a UFC fan, man. Last night, I still woke up like juiced.
It was cool.
Well, I'll say this real quick. Wheelie Jing, the young lady from her and Rose, if they was to fight 10 times, I think she whips Rose 9. That head kick is what she knew was going to save her because she couldn't mix it up with Laylee. She knew she had to pick her spot, and I think Jane she should have known that was the only way that she could get her, and she was not prepared for it. Like, Rose came in knowing that I can't really tangle with her. I'm going to have to, go for the knockout punch, and she landed it perfect. And she was out. It wasn't premature. I mean, she was out. When you out momentarily, you got to stop the fight.
Yeah, I think you're right though. Wei Ling, she's really really good, man. I think she gets better after this. I mean, I think I saw her Instagram post after where she called out to Rose. She called out what's her Jachenko, Jędrzejczyk. I mean Joanna. She called those champions out of being like, hey, they lost, they came back, they're doing their thing. I'm gonna be back, and I believe it. She's a really really good fighter. So we'll see her. This isn't the stop of it.
Her aggressiveness, that was the thing that kind of worried me because I felt like that was going to set her up because she's an attack fighter. You know what I mean? And she just got caught wide open for a second, but that was all great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she can do it again. I think if Doug Rose fought again, she'd get mopped up. I want her to lose, but it's all right. It was a good card. The crowd it was nice having the crowd there, but that crowd was delusional, booing at the wrong moments. No class, no mask. Nah. Usman,
They were all there for Masvidal, man. It was in Florida. What do you expect? But
it was good. Usman.
Seeing this progression of Usman is crazy,
won the
man.
crowd over pretty heavy. Everybody's on this when you in a fight like that and have that much class and all that, people like him now. People love him so.
Dude, there was one moment like that first round. I was a little bit nervous for Usman on the fact that he was swinging for the fences. Like there was his throws were looking very very awkward when he was just loading up every step of the way. But the thing about Usman is he has a tank. He's a wrestler. He can go 5 rounds, 25 minutes, and not break a sweat. So I was worried for just a tad, man. But I mean, man, he put him out. That was a knockout. If anything, his body, saved from a meme. I mean, he was still a meme. Masvidal still a meme of just laying on the ground, right? But the way that he hit, the way that punch impact, and the way that he folded into saved them from going straight, head face first. Into the canvas, man. But I'm glad he also got licks in after, dude. Herb Dean was a little far away.
He stopped it too late for me.
Yeah, he was away. If you see from it though, the angle that he was at, it was gonna take him a moment to get there. So it was just I mean, I'm glad Usman got those licks, right? You punch until they tell you not to. So
he pissed you off.
He don't like him. But yeah, I thought it was cool. That whole punch and all the sweat, water just wow. It just went everywhere. Everybody Fred row had to go like this because they got sprayed. He knocked that boy out. But it was a good card. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers was in the building too. But all right, you guys, thanks for watching. We'll be back. Thanks for joining our draft show. Y'all send me a text message. Email me y'all. Text me y'all email so I can tag y'all in this Google Doc so you can see all the picks. Some of the names might be spelled wrong, but go ahead, Guru. Man, all right, everybody.
You crazy,
everybody just logged off the stream right now. Thanks a lot.